Alright, we got the All Hip Hop exclusive out here in Dallas, Texas, from Symbolic One, aka S1. Alright, S1, it's to my understanding that you recently just produced one of the hottest singles out here, man, Kanye West, Power Song. Man, how's everything about that, man?
Man, everything is good, man. I'm blessed to be in this situation. How everything came about. You know, my music was introduced to Kanye through my man's Rhymefest. He played some beats for Kanye in the studio. Kanye loved it. 2-3 days later, I'm catching a flight out to Hawaii to work with Kanye. So I worked with him in the studio, you know, and I got to really witness his genius in the studio and how he performs and just how his energy, how he has so much great positive energy. And not only that he's just such a great person.
So for our listeners out there that's now been introduced to the Symbolic One, aka S1, tell me how you got to this point, man, and how you're able to produce such a impactful song for artists like Kanye West, you know?
Well, like I said, I've been grinding with this music thing for about 12-13 years. I got into it by a group that me and my cousin Myth was in, by the name of Symbolic Elements. We had a group back in the day, and that's when I really ventured into the art of, quote, production. So I started dabbling into production and equipment, studio equipment here and there. So I did that for a while, started, you know, pressing beat tapes early on in my career, trying to get started and just get my name out there, going to different shows and just passing out beat CDs, and people started calling back. So, you know, early on I started doing it locally, selling my beats for a little bit of nothing. Came to a point maybe about 5-6 years, or actually about 3 or 4 years ago, I started entering into these producer showcases and these beat battles across the U.S. and I would win first, second place. And at those competitions, I would come in contact with so many people that love my music on a wider scale. So that kind of, from that circuit that I entered in, I built a lot of relationships up. So from there, I took those relationships, kept doing stuff, kept sending stuff to people, and everything just kind of just snowballed after that. You know, after that, everything just kind of took form of its own.
That's what's up, man. I'm so proud of you, bro.
It got me to producing for Rhymefest, which led me to co-producing the Power joint for Kanye.
What other artists have you worked with in the game?
So far, I worked with like Lil Brother, worked with Rhymefest, Inspector Deck, Young Buck, yeah, did a joint of mine, Ghostface. I have a group as well, Strange Fruit Project, Chamillionaire. Man, just tons of people. This situation just kind of put me on a level as far as people knowing what I've actually done.
So, are you Dallas based?
Yeah, I'm Dallas based. Born and raised in Waco, Texas, but I've been in Dallas for the last 10 years, probably the last 10 years.
That's what's up. And what production equipment do you use, man?
Right now, as far as production, I use Reason 4. I also use Pro Tools, and then I use a lot of live instrumentation to go along with that as well.
And also, for other aspiring producers, artists, or anyone trying to get into the entertainment industry, what is your best advice for them?
My best advice would be to take time to really study and learn your craft and work on your craft. You know, your first impression is going to be your last impression, meaning that if your music is not up to par, that may be the only opportunity that you actually get to try to make something work with your music. So make sure that your music is, you know, if it's not at the level where everything else is, make sure it's above that level so you kind of stand out from everything else that's being played or everything else that's coming out.
So what has been the biggest transition phase from previously to now post the Power song that you produced?
I would say the biggest thing, of course, besides seeing the song everywhere from video, TV, radio, everything is pretty much the same. My work ethic is the same. I'm still living in the studio morning, evening, and night. So that hasn't changed. Only thing, I guess, just my relationships have increased. You know, more people are starting to reach out to me for production. So I would say that's been the biggest transition, and that's just been working with more artists that I've usually worked with.
Well, I appreciate it. S1, Symbolic One from Dallas, Texas. This is an all hip hop exclusive. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate it. No problem at all.
the school's closed, the prison's open. We ain't got nothing to lose. Everybody